and then we'll conclude that, hey, it is our enemy that is Jesus. God help black men. God help us black people. What will I just call it? He stole a phone, he stole Gary, he knows that there's an eye somewhere looking after him, watching over him, watching his steps. When that mindset exists in the life of every single Nigerian, it has a way of curtailing the boldness in which some of these security issues that we have now seen is happening. It is not mathematics. It is happening. The US is not stupid when its architecture of police system is to have a patrol officer. A patrol officer is literally in charge of every street in a county. So you have like a county with multiple streets. There's a patrol officer that is in and every one of them. There is a patrol officer, there is the sheriff. All these guys are meant to put a presence. Their job is to create a presence. Their job is to create a presence, to let everyone know that, look, you can't do it, you can't commit a crime and walk freely in the street. You cannot commit a crime and be bold about it. You cannot commit a crime the first time and boldly come back again to do the same crime and boldly come back again to do the same crime again. It is not possible. It's either you do it the first time and you run for your dear life because you will be on the watch. You will be on the run. Somebody is tailing you. Somebody is after you. It is somebody's responsibility to bring it to book. We fail on that. And so this little failing in this small environment, it cascades, it grows up. It grows up, it creates this mindset. So wherever they see that, there is not much eye happening here, it becomes a whole. So we usually think that these things that we're experiencing is some kind of magic, religious. It is not. It is failure of the system. When the system fails, it fails. When the process fails, it fails. Every other explanation that we give about our security system is for just lies just to cover up. Our people who are in charge of this are failing. They lack the intellectual capability to do it. It is failing. If you go to the larger part of it, it is still intelligence that is happening. You cannot tell me that we have hot areas. We know that places like Zamfara is a hot area, Maiduguri is a hot area, Benue is a hot area, Jos is a hot area. And you are telling me there are no intelligence officers on ground who are tracking the movement of these guys, who will be able to raise an alarm almost 3 hours before an invasion happens to say, hey, from the intelligence we have gathered, this is going to happen. And then the police marshal out a way to whether they want to do, they want to ambush the guys. Or they have a way of, once the guys comes in, they don't let them go and they trap them. There must be something you have to do. But the truth is that you must act on information. So these are the challenges we have. Proactively, we lack the strategy. Reactionarily, it is another biggest problem. These things are not mathematics. They are not further maths that you have to go to somewhere and solve. No, they are not. These are things that you have to put a strategy for. You have hot areas. Okay, in this hot area, what is our proactive strategy when it comes to intelligence? Because once you use the word proactive, you are referring to intelligence. When you use the word reactionary, you are saying that this thing has happened. Now that it has happened, what do we do to send message? Number one message, it was a huge error for you to even carry out such crime. And our constitution is active and it exists and we are a country. Number two message is, when we are done with you, in this first action, when we are done with you, you will think twice before you ever launch another attack again, in anywhere. Number three is, we are also using you as an example to send messages around for any other criminal intent-minded person or terrorist or whatever you call them that will say, oh, this is happening here, let me also replicate it here. We also want to use you to set an example to say, don't try it to what happened to those guys who happened to. These are reactive action targets, objectives that you must achieve when you take a reactional action, when you invade into, when you step in to catch these guys in the midst of the operations, to stop them in the midst of operations. You are not just going to just do it for anything. You are going in with a full body attack to let them know that is a warning to every other person. Do not test the Nigerian army. Do not test the Nigerian police. Do not test, the Nigerian security agencies. But unfortunately, just like our local governments are failing to develop, not because there are no money to bring them to development, but because this evil black mindness that thinks that everything has to be selfish. One person has to be glorified and celebrated in the society. So once the person gets a position, he has to, eat everything. It has moved into our security system, and it is not a good one at all. Our security challenges is well known. I cannot sit back here and start counting them all. But what I want to do now in the next few videos is what can be done separately. What can we do separately to change it? We know it is a pure failure. We agree. We are failing. The result we are seeing is a failing. I just want to let us know that as Nigerians, our security issue is more technical. It is more technical. It is more professional mind-based than it is about ethnicity, religion, and cause from evil island and election agenda. No. The goal of every security system is to make sure that nobody breaks the law. And if anybody breaks the law, that person is brought to book. This definition does not have coloration. It does not say if somebody from Niger Delta breaks the law, then you have to treat him this way. No. The Nigerian army police are meant to be Nigerian citizens. They are not meant to be Yoruba, Igbo, or Niger Delta citizens. No, the moment you wear that uniform, you are a Nigerian citizen. You are a Nigerian citizen. So this idea that you have to, and then at some point the police and the army have now become the chief peace negotiators, amnesty leaders. These are wrong. These are totally wrong. Security is security. An example is Iran. Why the state has the job of the state house, the job of the state secretary, U.S. state secretary, is to lead the negotiation, is to go and discuss about peaceful, resolution. But the job of the U.S. defense or war secretary is to action. His job is not to come and start negotiating. So the job of the chief of defense staff is not to come and start negotiating and start bringing up initiative for peace. It is wrong. It is a very wrong architecture. The job of chief of staff is not to come and start telling people in the community that we need to. No! There is an interior minister. His job is to ensure those kind of things are happening. The job of the interior minister is to make sure that these things are happening. Peace are happening where they should happen. The job of the NSA is to ensure that if a peaceful resolution will bring about the end of violence and security breach in any environment, the job of the NSA is to bring the actors involved that will make that happen, to bring them together. But it is not the job of the chief of army staff, neither the chief of defense staff, not even the IGP of police. It is not his job to start leading peaceful initiative, medical outreach to make the place calm. No. There is Minister for Health and Environment to support security activity, to support peaceful resolution of security. If it involves launching a medical outreach in an environment, do it. That is his own job. We are assigning people too much responsibilities that their own main job is being neglected. The job of the chief of defense staff and the job of the chief of army staff is that if the army is involved in any operations to help us resolve security issue, it is kinetic, it is brutal. In the words of Pete Hexet, it's a brutality. It is to make it brutal, so that anyone that hears it will know that, okay, even if we are angry as a community and we want to solve a problem, we must do it in a peaceful way. Because if you make a mistake and allow the army comes in, anybody with gun is in problem. Anybody orchestrating violence is gone. There's nothing like we'll come start negotiating. No. The person is finished. So you do not want them to be involved at all. You will want to listen to the IGP of police instead, because the police is coming for arrest, but not the army. But we have We have belittled armies like police. This one is like, the whole thing is messed up, and we must correct it. Otherwise, we will just be moving in cycles. And then when there is time close to election, there will be heightened security challenges, and then we'll conclude that, hey, it is our enemy that is, Jesus, God help black men. God help us black people. Because our sense of reasoning is baffling. I am not saying that political actors will not go and sponsor. That is not what I'm saying. The point I am saying is that there is an army that exists, there's a police that exists, their job is to curtail. Whether you are sponsored by a political actor or not, if you get yourself involved in a crime or commit a security breach, you are dealt with. You are dealt with. And if investigation by God, by the grace of God, an investigation leads that the political actor is involved, he is brutally dealt. That is how a society operates. A society does not operate in such a way that somebody will use money that he actually stole, not that he actually worked it out. It's not as if he owns industries like Dangote, neither does he own industry like cement industry like Bua. None of that. Or maybe this lady in the oil business. He has no oil field. He has no industry, no job, nothing. Nothing. He didn't work in he didn't even work in NLNG or in any oil company, or rose up to any leadership position where you would say the compensation was too big and then he started doing investment. Nothing. The money, they got it all from, because politics is